Welcome. My name is Dan Trommater. I am a magician and a speaker and a facilitator. Tonight, I'm going to get you to challenge your assumptions. We go through life with lots of assumptions, right? Some of them help us. A lot of them get in our way. So let's jump right into it. If I'm going to ask you to challenge your assumptions, then I need to make you do it. So what I'm going to start with tonight is a little something involving this red box and a $100 bill. I brought the box. Who's got a bill I can borrow? Doesn't have to be 100. 100's pretty funny. 50, 10, 20. Now, hang on. I appreciate the eagerness, but since you're wearing a bow tie, you're official. Everybody's going to think you and I are in cahoots. Hey, $100 bill up front. Fantastic. We just met, but I forget your name. Abdul. Yes, good. I'm going to give you this. Oh, man, there was another one. Oh, well, here. Take that. Sign your name nice and big right across the face of the bill. Big enough so they can see it in the back. Don't worry, it's only a minor felony. Minor felony, that's like being kind of pregnant. Got it? Good. I'll stand here. Abdul, the reason I had you sign this is so we know it's your bill, right? Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what to expect. Now, that's not something that a lot of magicians will do, right? That element of surprise is kind of valuable for some magicians. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to fold Abdul's bill into a little bundle. I'm going to put that bundle inside of my empty left hand. I'll then wave my empty right hand over top. Your $100 bill will disappear, fly invisibly through space, and land in the little red box. This is something that everybody in this room knows is impossible. The bill. The wave. The disappearance. The complete lack of reaction. Because you knew what to expect, exactly. Abdul, come on up. Come on over behind the table, open the box, pull out what you find therein. It's a little bag. Open the bag. Pull out what you find inside of the bag. I'll take the bag. Yeah, you know what that is? A what? A lemon? A lime? A lime, yep. More specifically, a $100 lime. This is important. Inspect the lime. Make sure there's no cuts or holes, no secret points of entry. It is indeed an unadulterated piece of citrus, yes? Do you have a knife? Nope. Anybody have a knife? Oh, I got one. Yep. Abdul, check out the knife. Make sure there's not a $100 bill stuck to it. Nope. Looks good? Yep. I'm going to cut the lime in half. But I'm going to do that in a specific manner. I'm not going to go right straight through. I'm going to circumnavigate the equator of this little citrus planet so as not to harm the precious cargo at its core. Grab the top, twist, and lift. No. There's something in there. Grab it. Kind of stuck. Yeah. Oh, it's brown. Open it up. It's 100. But it couldn't be the same 100, right? Because that's impossible. And yet, he shows everybody his signature, and that is possible. Nice. Yeah, right? I know. Crazy. What you have just seen cannot be done. It's impossible, and you just saw it happen. I think that's pretty special. I think that's pretty powerful. I think that is a good reminder that sometimes the things that we absolutely know cannot be done, you can do it. I know that that's within the capacity of every person in this room, and you've seen it happen in your lives. You've seen either yourself or somebody around you tackle a task that everybody knew was impossible, and they went out and they did it. That's what magicians do, right? We identify the things that everybody knows can't be done, and we figure out a way to make it happen. That's what you're going to be doing. That's a nice thing to say, but I know that I can't move on. Normally I would, I used to start my talks with this trick, make that point, and then I would move on. And then this occasion happened that I'm going to tell you about that taught me I can't move on right now, because I've been doing magic for 17 years. I don't need to be a mind reader to know that you're thinking, how did he do that? Right? That's human nature. We see something we don't understand. We got to try to figure it out. So let's embrace that question. How'd I do it? Who has a theory for how I could have done that trick? Anybody? How'd I do it?
Special lemon.
Special lemon. Tell me more about special lemon. What does that mean?
Put your hands and you got the money back in the special lemon.
That's a very detailed theory. Thank you very much. Anybody else have maybe a little more detail? Anybody? Yes, please. How'd I do it?
Somehow it was like the money was in your pocket, and then when you were looking for the knife, you took it out, and then you slid it, and then you like stuck it in there.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. So the seed that I got out of that was like, as I was cutting, I stuck it in there? Yeah, yeah? Okay, good. And on a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you?
I'm like fairly confident it was in your pocket.
Okay.
In your pocket, you took it out when you looked for the knife.
Good, so pretty confident.
Yeah.
Lovely, good. One more theory. How'd I do it? Yes, please. Oh, Abdul and I are in cahoots. Ah, yes, maybe we're working together. That's a good theory. How confident are you in that theory?
Yeah.
10 out of 10, very confident up front. Good. Now, I'm sure if we had a little bit more time, we could go around this room and lots of people would come up with lots of different theories that you'd be very confident in. I'd like to tell you why now I ask you to think about how I did it. That's not a normal magician thing, right? We don't like to focus on how it's done. I was doing an executive retreat. So I was working with the senior leadership team for this company out west. And I opened my workshop with this piece of magic, made the point, anything is possible if you change your perspective, and then I moved on. Well, at lunch, it became clear that I had been the only one who had moved on. Because the president of this company came up to me and said, Dan, that lime trick is fantastic. I know how you did it. So really? I said, yeah, of course. How'd I do it? And then he went on to tell me his very detailed and actually pretty plausible theory for how I got that bill inside. I said, that's a good theory. Are you sure? He said, well, of course I'm sure. It's the only physical explanation for how you could have done it. And what I told him then is the same thing that I have to tell you, that because of the whole blood oath thing, I can neither confirm nor deny any theory. But what I did tell him was that in the last 12 years of doing that piece of magic, I've used at least 10 different techniques, at least 10 different methods to get somebody's signed bill inside of a piece of fruit. And when I told him that, he looked like I punched him in the head. Like his mind exploded with the idea that there could be more than one right answer. And he thought about it, and he said, if that's true, that there's 10 different ways that you could have done it, and I was sure I had the only right answer, then I need to go back to the office, and I need to look at everything that we as an organization think we have the only right answer for, and examine that, and see whether it's actually, it is the right answer, or just what has been working. This was a smart guy, right? Big company, lots of employees, making a lot of right decisions. But in that moment, he realized that by blindly following yesterday's right answer for today's problems or tomorrow's problems is opening up himself, his company, the lives of everybody who works for him to a lot of risk. I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to get you to, yeah, I am. I'm trying to get you to question everything. Question everything. The things that feel good, but you don't have evidence for, check them out. Make sure you're dealing with evidence. Don't make assumptions. You knew that there was going to be magic tonight, yes? Yeah, yeah, okay. So everybody in your mind, picture a magician. Got it? Is it this? Probably not. right? Probably like Chris Angel, David Copperfield, something, you know, a little different, right? With this physical package, though, I show up, right? Here's the magician. This physical package comes with a whole bunch of assumptions, right? Middle-aged, balding, white guy with glasses, suit. This comes with a bunch of assumptions, right? One of the assumptions that you're probably making, and you're probably completely unaware of it, is that because I'm wearing glasses, I must have poor eyesight. When in fact, I'm really fortunate, I still have perfect eyesight, and these glasses have no lenses. How many people noticed? One. And I've made an effort to get around and meet and make eye contact with as many people as I can. I think that's amazing. Now, I do this for a very simple reason, not to make you feel unobservant. I do this as a reminder that assumptions aren't a bad thing. Assumptions are necessary, right? We need assumptions, otherwise every day we'd have to relearn the world. We'd have to figure out how to live our lives with zero knowledge. We need to make assumptions. But when you start making assumptions based on gut feelings instead of evidence, it's risky. I use this to get you to check your assumptions at the door as we go through the rest of our time together. One of the most troubling and easy assumptions that we make is that there's one reality out there. And in a sense, that's true, but on a practical sense, it's not true at all, right? Different people are going to look at the same set of facts and interpret them very differently. Different age, your gender, your culture, your background, whatever you had for breakfast. All these factors are going to come into play and make reality subjective. My truth is different than your truth. My truth today is different than my truth yesterday. So what I want to do is invite one person up who's going to have one reality while everybody else has a slightly different reality. And by that I mean the one person who comes up, volunteers, is going to do a piece of magic with me, and because of their physical perspective, they will experience wonder. 4 moments of wonder, which I really think is a special thing, right? When we're little kids, the whole world is full of wonder. And then we get older, we think we understand the world. We don't, but we think we do. And so that sense of wonder diminishes. So what I'm offering tonight for one person is to come up, experience 4 moments of wonder, while everybody else, because of your perspective, you will see how the trick is done. And that's a pretty interesting perspective as well. So I need the volunteer of one person who wants not to see a trick, but to experience wonder. Wow, wow, this is so nice. Okay, hang on. Hey, put down your arms for just a second, because I got to tell you something. This is so lovely. Most of the work that I do is in the corporate realm, and nobody ever puts up their hands. You are just dying for it. That was the first hand that came up. It's lovely. Now, we met earlier, yes? You're Drew, but we didn't set this up. No. And that will become obvious once you get up here. Good, come on up. Everybody give Drew a big hand. Hi, Drew.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good.
All right.
Thanks. Yourself?
I'm good.
Having a good night?
I'm still tripping out, but I'm good.
Good. All right. Well, you and I, Drew, are gonna work together to do a little a classic piece of magic. It's the world famous cut and restored rope. This is the rope that we're going to use. We're going to cut it in half. We're going to put those 2 halves back together. Hence the world famous cut and restored rope. Check out the rope. Make sure it's what it appears to be. Make sure there's no like. Oh, you were going for it. Yeah, good. Yeah. Checking for magnets. Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, we are going to be cutting it kind of in the middle, so check out the middle. Make sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I know it's
look good.
Solid.
Good. Good. Now, you've got an important part to play in all of this. Your part is the applause cue. Before I teach you that, we need to set the stage. We need some good luck. Hang on one second. To get good luck, we're going to use this stuff. You know what this stuff is?
Cut rope.
It does look like little pieces of cut rope.
Was it confetti?
It is, in fact, magic dust.
Magic dust.
Yeah, a little magic dust for you, a little bit for me. Best way of getting good luck is throwing magic dust over your shoulders. I have good luck.
Okay. Throw some?
Yeah.
All right.
You've got good luck. The stage is set. We can commence.
All right.
Your job in all of this is the applause cue, a little visual reminder so that at the moment of magic, everybody knows when to actually burst into cheering and applause. In the cut and restored rope, every time the ends of the rope are twirled, the audience goes crazy with cheering and applause.
Okay.
Exactly, but even more when he does it because it's his first time. Actually, give it a little trial run.
Feels really weird right
Yeah, well. Awesome. I'll take that. I'll take that. Lovely. Now, like I said, there's going to be a couple different realities going on here. There's going to be Drew's reality. There's going to be everybody else's reality. Try to put yourself in his shoes. Try to get a sense of what it might feel like from his perspective, but don't ruin it for him. Okay? Now, since we're doing cut and restored rope, we need scissors. Inspect the scissors. Make sure that's what they look to be. Look good?
Can I cut some? Just make sure we're good. We're good.
Tell you what, I'll cut the rope.
All right.
Cut the rope right in two pieces, just like so. It's cut, yeah?
Cut.
Good. Now we need to work together for this to work.
Okay.
I'm going to grab an end. You're going to grab an end.
All right.
Good. I rub the cut pieces just like so, and it goes back together.
You're playing.
Don't forget the applause cue. Both hands, both hands. Yeah, that's important. That's good, it's good. Awesome, I'll take that. You're doing great. But really, this wasn't fair. First time on stage, he didn't get to cut the rope. So here, you take the scissors, and you cut the rope yourself. Now you know it's cut, right? Because you cut it. Same thing, I'll take this one, you take that one. You got good. You're doing great. I'll rub. Don't forget the applause cue. You're doing great. Awesome, isn't it? Isn't it crazy? Now, I got to tell you, this may seem shocking, but not all magicians are as honest as I am. Some magicians cheat. Shocking, I know. Some magicians, they use, where is it? Oh yeah, they use an extra piece of rope. They fold it in half, they hold it in the crotch of their thumb like that. That way, when they add it to the rest of the rope, it looks like they're cutting the rope, they're just cutting the extra piece. Charlatans. I don't do it that way. I cut the rope itself in two. Same deal, this one's for me. Oh, sorry, that one's for you. Yeah, good. I rub the two cut pieces together. Don't forget the... You're doing great. Awesome. Last one. There is one last way magicians do the world-famous cut and restored rope. They use, where is it? Magic dust. Hang on to the magic dust for me. I'm going to be very fair about this. I'm going to show my hands are completely empty, my sleeves are pushed back, and I use the scissors to cut the rope in two roughly equal pieces. I'll take those. I'll trade you. Take about one in each hand right about there. Bring your hands out so it's a little line. Good. Now, I'm going to sprinkle the magic dust over the two cut ends. When I do, these two ropes will heal into one long rope. You will twirl these, and they go crazy. Right? Right? 1, 2, 3.
I'm done.
Give him a hand! Lovely, lovely. So there you have it, right? We've got this assumption that we all share the same world, and we do. But reality depends on your perspective, whether that's a physical perspective like Drew had, or whether it's a cultural or age or gender. Our perspectives are different. Now, Drew, let me ask you, did you see how I did that? You can be honest. I want to go home, he says.
I don't
So I'm getting a no. Okay, so you didn't see it. That's lovely. You guys, did you see it? Yes. You did? Yes. Was it obvious? Yes. It was obvious. Now, to you, exactly. Now, Drew, this is important. Drew is an intelligent, observant man who in that moment and in that perspective was unable to see your reality of the situation, right? Nothing wrong with him. Just a different sense of reality, no less valid than yours. Think about that in your lives, dealing with people. How many times has it happened that you've looked at somebody, talking over some topic, some set of facts, and you look at them and you think, what is wrong with you? How can you not understand this? They do. They just have a different understanding because they have a different perspective. When that happens, make the realization in your own mind that they're not nuts. They just don't have the same understanding of the facts that you do, and it's your job to bridge that gap, to keep them from making those assumptions, or maybe they're the right one. Maybe their version of reality is more accurate than yours, so then it's up to you to communicate and actually figure out how to get together on that. This is an interesting moment, right? Because what do we got? 100 people who saw a trick and one person who experienced wonder, which I really believe is a rare and precious gift. Now, I would encourage all of you, particularly the folks who know Drew, to let him soak in wonder for 8 to 10 years before spoiling it. I saw a hand, so yes, sir.
The word I was trying to say is that distraction. Right? You were trying to also distract him while doing that. Like, let's say you told him, do this. So when he's doing this, you threw that thing, he didn't see it.
Okay.
Right? So where do you apply that into this corporate world of discussion of reality? Right? How does distraction on purpose or unintentional that causes this reality to change?
Let me make sure I understand the question. An element of this, aside from his physical perspective, was an element of distraction, for lack of a better word. Or I would, if it was me, I would choose direction of attention. I had him direct his attention to one place. And forgive me if this isn't a direct answer to your question, but it makes me think of a philosophy that I have about magic and in dealing with other people. Magic is one of the rare professions that comes with it a very clear message. I'm a magician, _ I'm going to lie to you, right? I mean, it's right there, because I can't actually do magic, right? So I'm going to do magic, I'm lying to you. But, and I think that this is important for magicians, I'm going to do it in a way that you will thank me for. I'm going to direct your attention to something that will serve you the best. And I think that that's a good philosophy in life, right? There's lots of things that we can look at or attune to, right? I'm going to help you attune to the things that will benefit you the most. I think that's good advice for leaders. I think that's good advice for living. Did that address your question? Fantastic, good. Other thoughts? Yeah.
A different answer to the same question is that in real life, maybe unlike magic, you're, rather than distracting someone so they have a different perspective than you, you're usually trying to work so that you can both share a perspective on something.
Lovely. So another way to think about that, same thought. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna bring this back, and correct me if I don't paraphrase properly. Another way to look at that is I'm going to direct your attention in a way that serves you, and also say the core of it one more time.
Well, I would say usually you're trying to not distract somebody in real life.
Not distract them, but actually bring their understanding into yours, right? Bridge that gap in you have a subjective reality, I have one. Let's make some common ground. Let's make that Venn diagram happen. Yeah, lovely. Thank you. I offer you just one tool tonight to do that, and it's 3 words. Tell me more. Very simple. When you're in a situation where you don't really understand what they're talking about, tell me more is a really simple and incredibly powerful way to get some more information. And I would even say it's more powerful when you think you understand what they're saying. I'll ask a question, you give me an answer, I got it. Chances are I don't got it, right? Right? So the moment I hear somebody say, I ask a question, they say something, and I think, yeah, I understand, I remember, say, tell me more. 90% of the time, what follows after I say, tell me more, contradicts what I thought they were talking about. It's a very simple and conversational technique that I hope you put to use. Cool. One last piece of magic to leave you with, and then if you want some questions, that's cool too. So, can we see this? Maybe if I do this. A little better? Good. So, what I'd like to do tonight is leave you with a challenge. In fact, this entire presentation has been a challenge. That came out wrong. We all have our own individual worldview, the way we see the world around us. My challenge to you is to start to deconstruct it. Take a look at your assumptions. Break them apart. Identify your paradigm. Really deconstruct it. Your philosophies. And I would even suggest deconstruct your deeply held beliefs. When you've done that, find that one central core of your being. Hold it safe. Hold it separate. But everything else, investigate. Find out what's working for you. Make it stronger. Find out what's not working. Get rid of it. Once you've done that, once you've enhanced all the best parts of the way you see the world, hang them back on that central core of your being. And then you can start to rebuild until your worldview comes back together stronger and better than ever. I'm Dan Trommater. Thank you for your kind attention.